What do you think of this museum?
What do I think of this museum?
I think they present
It has a very, very nice selection of Dutch art, which I like to always see. They have a good selection of American art, and obviously the clothes famine from Italy.
Do you see that? Headless bodies there.
They're headless.
That's what I just said. There's a big birdie there in front of the museum. All right, I'm gonna get closer to these flowers. Look at that. Do you know what they are? I don't. I don't think I've ever seen them before. But they are pretty. Well, I don't see any information that these are the headless bodies here. Maybe we can find out more information inside. I don't know. Oh, the sunshine is bright there. The Nelson-Atkins building. Okay, this seems to be the place where everyone takes their photos. See? Look at the old entrance. The new entrance is down this way. Looks like Dutch has already gone in. I don't know where he went. Rush Hour, this one's titled. This composition of anonymous figures by George Segal evokes the deep isolation that can occur even when we are surrounded by others. The bronze sculptures are made from cast form by applying plaster dip gauze. There's the info. Look at the murals. They know how to display artwork here at this museum. They know how to display art here. It really pops. Frans Hals. We once went to the Frans Hals Museum in the Netherlands. Where was that there?
Haarlem.
Frans Hals did lots of portraits. We went there and the portraits were huge, bigger
Life
than
size.
this one.
A lot bigger than life size.
His hand is really big on this one. And who is this? This looks familiar.
It's a Rembrandt.
That's why it looked familiar.
First thought I had when I saw it from over there.
Yeah, I thought.
But I was like, am I sure?
Yeah. It's striking. It really catches your eye from across the room. Portrait of a young
I see
man.
this one right away. I recognize it. Jan Steen.
So we have a Jan Steen, a print hanging in our bathroom, and we went to the Rijksmuseum in the Netherlands and saw the actual painting. I like Jan Steen.
Playing the harpsichord.
Traditional foot warmer there. You put the little pot of coals underneath it and it sends heat up and the rest of your feet on it. Very Dutch. And when Dutch came to America, he brought one of those with him. There's just so much detail in this painting. I wonder if I can zoom in. Looks like there are two rare tulips at the top. When we come to the museum, okay, let me start this again. When most people come to the museum, they come and they look at the paintings. But when Dutch comes, he says, look at all the work that went into that frame. Okay, he can admire the artwork too, but The frame is something special.
And it's not broken.
No chips or missing pieces. Wow.
They may have repaired it, you know, but
Could be.
it looks in fabulous condition.
I think it was very common to make paintings like this with the lemon. They all signify something. All the fruit and
Yeah, that they have money.
the wine. Yes, that they have the money.
So the little gift box means that it was given to them.
It shows the prosperity of the Dutch Republic, the fruit of their far-reaching trade network.
Yeah.
We imported Chinese porcelain dish, a round belly glass room of French wine, and assortment of imported Mediterranean delicacy. Yeah, the fruit from Mediterranean area, which you couldn't get in all.
So I just noticed behind all these Dutch paintings, they use the traditional Dutch green. Isn't that cool? Oh, and this reminds me of my son and his little dog. Yeah. But again, look at the frame. Wow, and a clock. Is it a demon instead of an angel? Cat's trying to steal the fish there. Right. The men in this painting just look like creepers. Yeah, and she doesn't look too happy. Huh, I don't see any information on that one. Must be a series here, maybe. She looks pained also. He looks very self-assured. Yep, a series of paintings. These paintings are arguably the artist's masterpieces, and their satirical realism is typical of the worldly mockery of the 18th century. Though their full meaning is not entirely clear, it's possible that the artist is commenting on the folly of flattery, the fulsome admiration of the bystanders for the pianist, who represents the art of music, and the draftswoman as the art of drawing seems to be exaggerated to be sincere. That was the European section. Yes, they do present their artwork very well here. The late 1700s and neoclassicism. Did I say that right? Benjamin Franklin. I'd recognize that face anywhere. Miniatures. Yeah, she looks British. And the female miniatures. Oh wait, not all of them are female. The eruption of Vesuvius. Do you think there was a full moon that night? Sebastian Pether. The frame. You look how thick it is. I mean, deep. What's that? 7 inches or so? Then what?
It's about 5.5.
5.5?
Yeah. Oh, there's a painting in there.
Yes, there is. Yes, I guessed Italian. An Italian woman by a French painter. This one is quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Graphic, scary. It's very scary. This way, it looks like an alien. Okay. Now, tell me if you agree. Doesn't that look like an alien head there? Right there. This small monochrome oil painting of hunters returning with their spoils replicates a scene from a large mural cycle of the Four Seasons. Okay, I like this one here. But you see how... Oh, it's a Monet. How blurry it looks. Yeah, that's what it looks like for me when I don't have my glasses on.
It's from the conservatory in Minneapolis.
Don't stand there.
Don't get close.
Well, look, you can really see the canvas on this one. Is it just samples? Unfinished oil sketch. Illustrates the informal studies of friends when they visited a studio and garden. These sketches were exercises in painting spontaneously before the subject. Oh, here's the Van Gogh. So there is a grasshopper embedded in the paint here. You can't see it with the naked eye. It's under the paint. Somewhere there.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat to know. Let's see. Can you see it? I can't see it there.
They had to do it with a microscope, huh?
Yeah, they found it.
Okay, so
Well,
here's
they
the
did
little
it
spots
under a
here.
microscope. There it is. Okay, which little spots?
These little spots are right here.
Yeah, so it's up
It
and
goes
to the
up in
right.
there. So there's the line. There's
Below
the
that
little
white
V.
spot.
There's the little white spot. There it is right there. You can see it right there.
You can.
Yeah, you can.
I can't. Here, hold the paper.
I can see it.
It says you can't.
It's right there.
Okay.
Oh, it
See,
looks just like that.
right there. He says the little, I can't see what I'm pointing at. There. And then the squiggle line here. I love paintings like this that are all dotted. So many museums have the Edgar Degas. Degas? I don't know how you say it. Ballerina. It says, before Pete Mondrian became known for his orderly red, yellow, and blue geometric abstracts, he made more than 30 paintings of the windmills that dotted the Dutch countryside. With this painting, he began to shift away from earthly naturalism, and hints of his future works emerged. The gridded windmill blades are in perfect vertical and horizontal alignment. Notice the swaths of yellow in the sky, the blue horizon line, and the red boat. This use of primary colors and geometric forms anticipates the colors and grids of his later compositions. I like this. And you can tell from the last museum we were at that I like this artist. Degas. And another sculpture.
Turn the wrong way.
I don't know. Yeah, this looks... We don't have time to check out all the rooms, unfortunately.
It's creepy. Oh, it's a tomb figure.
Oh, it is creepy. Wow. It says American.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but it's painting.
We are in the American art section. Georgia O'Keeffe. Always recognize those. Now this one over here caught my attention with the soldiers. Let's see if we can find out more about it. Look at that. Nancy Wheat was commissioned to paint this work as part of a set of illustrations for a special edition of the James Boyd, renowned Revolutionary War-era novel Drums, published in 1928. Okay. They had a postcard of this one, but we didn't buy the postcard. This is a very nice museum. The artwork is presented very nicely. I know I'm being watched on camera. She was saying, no, don't take my picture. Say that again, your whole story.
So this painting looks like something that might have come from China if it didn't have that frame around it. That frame really tells you, yes, this is a real painting.
And of course, the frame is very thick. And one more. Okay, what do you think of this museum?
What do I think of this museum?
I think they
It has
present
a
the
very, very nice selection of Dutch art, which I like to always see. They have a good selection of American art, and obviously the clothes famine from Italy, and then some nice French paintings. And there's also one Scottish painting. So
There were like two. There were two, I think.
oh, there's two.
Or maybe it was a French
I
painter
think
painted
they
this. No, it was an Irish lady.
are displayed really well. Yeah. And the Dutch says if you squint you can see this better. I say no, but this is what it looks like. No glasses, so maybe the artist was half blind like me. A Winslow Homer. Okay, discriminating thieves, Nazi looted art, and restitution. Despite being painted by a member of the Nazi Party, this painting was declared degenerate by Nazi art officials based on its modern expressionist style. They removed it from the Folkwang Museum in Essen, Germany in 1937 and gave it to German art dealer Karl something or the other to sell. For unknown reasons, the painting remained in his possession throughout the rest of the war. In 1948, he transferred it to New York art dealer Kurt Valentine. The same year, German museums agreed not to pursue the restitution of degenerate art that had been sold abroad. Titled Masks.
Went to its rightful owner. He sold it to somebody in Kansas City here, and then
The rightful owner did? Okay.
They sold it here in Kansas City, and then they donated it to the museum.
Wow.
It had been in one of the salt mines.
Wow. The Nazis sold this painting from Jewish collectors. It was intended to be part of the Führer Museum, a museum of the world's greatest art that Hitler planned to build in his hometown of Linz, Austria. At the end of the war, Allied troops found this painting along with other looted works in an Australian salt mine. It was returned to the Rothschilds in 1947.
It says the mine's constant temperature and humidity levels created a suitable environment for storing art.
Wow.
And most of these sets never remain together, so it's very unusual for this all to be there still.
A bit cozy.
Okay, it's
It's about that time.
about 12 and a half more minutes.
Okay.
We're winding down.
That's good.
Hazer. Thank you. The museum is closing in less than 12 minutes. We've been advised by one of the restaurants got music playing. Oh, so
There's a mummy here in there.
oh, there's a mummy here?
I don't know what mummy.
Egyptian art? Not here. I don't think we'll have time to see the mummy. That's too bad. Unless we work our way back real quick. But I don't think we have time since he came to tell us it's closing. Well, now we'll have to come back. Oh, we're in the religious section here. Anyway, we're headed out. We're going to see the mummy after all. That looks like a sarcophagus or something standing
We
up
don't have enough
there.
time to watch the mummy. There's only 8
Watch the
minutes
mummy.
left.
This is it. Look at that. Oh, okay, we gotta read what it says.
This is the mummy.
Mummies were wrapped to preserve them for eternity. It's not working. They're dead. Wow. And there's some information. Wow. I don't have time to read all this stuff. There we go. I like Egyptian art, but they're kicking us out. Gotta go. We will definitely have to come back. Oh, here it is from this side. Look at that. That's pretty cool. This is a pretty cool. Here we go. Thank you, sir. Ooh, look at that. It's Monet's lilies.